Hi, my name is Bowie and welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I made a video, like almost a year. It's been a hectic year, but I thought what better way to come back by doing the mid-year freakout book tag. So I'm pretty excited because I've been wanting to do this one for quite a while. So let's get started. I'm just gonna have a drink of my coffee. This is a beer stein. This is for when tired moms need coffee. Okay, so let's get started. All right, what was the best book you read so far in 2022? That's going to have to be Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky. That book just blew me away. Like was I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. I have read Adrian Tchaikovsky's books, a few of Adrian Tchaikovsky's books before, and I wasn't crazy about them, but I loved this book, and I was like obsessed with spiders afterwards. I did a whole bunch of research on spiders. Everything about it I loved. The middle was a bit slaggy, but overall it was just, I adored it. And what else can I say? I loved it so much. If you haven't read it, please give it a chance because it's definitely a unique sci-fi. What was the best sequel you have read in 2022? So that's going to be Howling Dark by Christopher Rocchio. I wasn't the biggest fan of Empire Silence. I think I read it last year, I think last fall. And it was okay. Like it was good. I liked it. It didn't really captivate me. But Howling Dark really captivated me. It took the characters and the story to a place that I just did not expect. I had no idea what was going to happen. The ending was completely unpredictable. Sorry. It was completely unpredictable. And just the epic scope of it it was mind-blowing. It hit me in a little bit in the gut and it was a lot. So I need to take a break, but I'm definitely excited to continue on with Demon in White at some point, hopefully the summer, maybe fall, to be honest. But yes, it was absolutely great. If you haven't checked out the Sun Eater series, please do. It's really great. Question number 3. What is a new release that you haven't read yet, but you want to? So I'm going to say The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. I hope I said that name right. I've heard nothing but praise for this book, like across the board. And I'm getting a little bit of medieval fantasy burnout. So definitely a change of scenery is great. So like I've heard this is more like an Arabian-based fantasy series. So anything that's different from the norm, I'm all for it. So I'm excited, hopefully, to maybe read that maybe in the fall. I might pick it up the summer if I'm feeling a little bit, I got the itch for it, but I have a big TBR for the summer, so we'll see. Question number 4. What is your most anticipated release for the second part of the year? And I'm going to have to say Bonds of Chaos by Zach Argyle. Now, this is the 3rd book in the Threadlight series, and I believe it is the final book. I'm not 100% sure, but I hope there's more. I read Voice of War last year, I think, last fall, and it was a really great book. It's a self-pub book, and I'm planning to read Stones of Light in July for the Indie Accord, a readathon that I'm participating in. So I'm really excited because it's a unique world setting. And like I said before, I'm all for unique world settings. Question number 5, what is your biggest disappointment of the year? This is a hard one because the first thing that comes to my mind is Illborn. I've heard nothing but praise about it and everybody seems to love it. And unfortunately I had to DNF it at 50%. So I'm not sure if I can include this one because I technically didn't finish it. So if we're going to really talk about one that I have finished, that would be Children of Ruin by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and this is the sequel to Children of Time. I did not like this book. Like it was not that I didn't like it. It's just there's nothing about it that drew me in like the first book. Maybe it's second book syndrome. Their 3rd book is supposed to be coming out this fall, so we'll see. But yeah, I was really disappointed. The story wasn't engaging. It didn't have the same appeal as Children of Time did. It just didn't have that like draw in, and I just kind of didn't care about the characters. And I felt like maybe the way that it was written, I don't know, it's hard to say why I didn't like it. it just didn't work for me. But I'm gonna read on to the next book, and hopefully that'll redeem the series for me. But regardless, I still love Children of Time, so that's not going anywhere anytime soon off of my favorites. Question number 6. What was your biggest surprising book of the year? Oh gosh, there was a lot, but I would have to say The Iron Crown by L.L. McCrae. Now, this is a self-pub book, and I heard a lot of good reviews, but sometimes I tend to not agree with, popular opinions. So I was not really sure that I was going to like this book, and I did. And it was great, and it was fantastic. And did I mention it's a self-pub book? And it's the first in a series, and I also read the novella. I can't remember the name, something about a key. I'm sorry, I have really bad memory. I read the novella beforehand, and it was the best thing to do because it really knit together the two stories. And yeah, I was very surprised, and I really like this book. So yeah, and I'm super excited for the sequel, but I heard that it's not coming out until next year. Question number 7. Who is your new favorite author? New to you. I want to say Adrian Tchaikovsky, but I did read his books last year, so I can't say that. I guess I'm going to have to, I'm trying not to use double, but I guess I'm going to have to say L.L. McCrae. Yeah, I loved her 2 stories. I only read a novella and her story, and I'm planning on to read her first series. That's out. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry. So I really like her writing. I like her style. Her character work really just hits you in the gut. My gut's down here, not up here. That's my heart. It hits you in the gut and the heart. And I just loved her writing style. So I guess she's my new favorite of the year. Question number 9. Who is your new favorite character? So I'm going to have to say Kieran from Dragons of Chaos. How do I say this? The character Kieran is great. I absolutely love him. He's snarky, he's funny, he's compassionate, he's strong, and he's all around just like a flawed character, but he tries his best to work with what he has. Unfortunately, I'm not crazy about the actual series itself. I've read the first 3 in the series, and I still have the second 2 down below right here to read, but I'm actually not in any rush. Now, it's not the actual plot line or characters of the series that doesn't agree with me. It's just the way that it's written. If you don't know, it is a very unique narrative style where multiple people are telling their own versions of the story at the same time. So you have, in each book, you have different voices and also different narrative style. You have a first person, third person, and just the switching around just didn't work for me. I think honestly that the series would have been an absolute favorite if it was just written in a linear third person manner. But that's just my opinion. I'm still going to read it because I do, like I said, I do really enjoy this series. I think that she has created such a magical world. But you can't love them all. But I do love Kieran. I think he's a fantastic character. A lot of the characters in that series they're fantastic. So I'll have to go with Kieran. And question number 10. What book made you cry? Well, I don't usually cry from books. You get me in a movie and I'll blubber like a baby. But books, I don't know, they don't usually make me cry. What book made me tear up would have to be The Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb. And it's probably not for what you think. If you have read this book, you probably are assuming that I'm talking about one thing, but I'm actually not. I'm actually talking about the relationship that Fitz has with his stepmother. Really touched me. Like I'm a mom, so like when there's any sort of like child and mother relationship, it gets me. And just the way that Patience loves this child that's not her own, just it made me tear up. Like it it was just so touching, and I adored it. And if you haven't checked out Robin Hobb's work, definitely check it out. My favorite of the series so far would be the Live Ship Trader series, a trilogy. But I'm currently reading the Tawny Man series, and I'm have one more to go. I'm just taking my time because those books are really hard hitting, and they're intense and they're dense and all the answers, but they're great and they're so well written. And yeah, so Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb made me tear up just a little bit. Sorry if the angle changed. I had to get up and answer the door. Okay, so we are at number 11, I believe. What is a book that made you happy? Well, I'm gonna have to say Spy Family. I know I probably should mostly include just regular books and not manga, but this book is just like adorable, and I was not expecting to like it as much as I do because I tend to not like slice of life books, and this is kind of a slice of life books, but then also add the fact that the dad is a spy and the mom is assassin and the little girl is psychic, and they're all trying to hide the fact that they are these things from each other, and it's just hilarious and touching and adorable and heartwarming. And if you really haven't checked out this manga, please do. There's not much fantasy regarding it, like in it, but it's, well, besides the fact that she's psychic, so I guess that's kind of fantasy, but it's really, really cute and touching and funny, and it's just, there's a lot of like ongoing jokes, but I don't mind because you know what? It's just adorable. So if you haven't checked out this manga, please do. It's really, really cute, and it'll make you happy. Question number 12. What are the most beautiful books you have bought or received this year? So I bought these books, and they are the UK covers of The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu and The Wall of Storms. These are the UK covers. I apologize if the font's backwards. I just adore these covers. They are just the color scheme, the detail, the weirdness. Like, look at that. It's like a weird narwhal. Like, it's just gorgeous. I don't even know what that is. And like this one, there's like a flying thing. I just adore these covers. Like, I wish I was able to get them in hardback, but I missed the Broken Binding release. I haven't read these books yet. That's going to be, I believe, an August buddy read with a buddy of mine. And I'm super excited because I've heard a lot of great things. I heard that this one's kind of like The Grace of Kings is kind of like almost like a big long prologue, and then the story really picks up here. So I'm really excited to get to these, and how could you not love these covers? They're so gorgeous. Question 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? There's a lot. There's too many. So this entire row is unread books, and then there's another one below it that's completely unread. There's 2 small shelves full of unread books here, but I guess I want to prioritize certain series. So this entire series, which is Rhapsody, I can't actually remember the name of the series. Symphony of Ages, maybe, I think. This is the Rhapsody Child of Blood. I realize this is backwards, but I read the first 3 like 20 years ago, and I kind of stopped there. So I want to reread them and then complete the rest of the series. So that's a priority for me. Let's see. Demon in White by Christopher Rocchio. Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb. Heir of Navron by Michael J. Sullivan. Dragonbone Chair by Tad Williams. And The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee. This is a weapon. So there's a lot of big, and also The Grace of Kings, like I mentioned before. So there's a lot of big, chunky books that I want to get to by the end of the year. Whether I will or not, who knows? All right, that's my mid-year Freakout book tag. I was really excited to do this. I'm happy to read some amazing books. I'm looking forward to reading some even more amazing books later on in the year. Did you do a mid-year freakout book tag? Do you want to? You should, because they're super awesome and they're a lot of fun. And it kind of helps you look back and reflect. I swear I can speak properly. Reflect and appreciate the amazing books that you have read through the year. Like if you want to, subscribe if you want to. I don't know when I'm going to be posting videos. I'll be perfectly honest. It will be random. So I hope you all have a great day and enjoy the sunshine. Bye.